Hi. The media is full of the fact that rates have come down. Why aren't people spending? The media is full of the fact that we need extra jobs in the community because the mining industry is falling. As we predicted a few years ago, the mining boom is a myth, a mirage, and never happened. It only affected 2 to 3% of the employed population. Meanwhile, all those others who are unemployed in the banking industry or finance industry have been suffering. So I think we're in a recession. The profits apart from the banks only went up 1.1% in the last 12 months, which is much less than inflation. And I think internal inflation in Australia is about 4%. And that's because the banks are not passing on the low rates as they did in 2008 and 2009. You'll see in the chart there that rates rose through 2008. That gave us from B down to A. But then from 2008, rates started to get better and better and better, rising up again to B. And as you can see, in 2008, 2009, banks were forced to pass on these rate cuts. In fact, Treasurer Swan, when asked, said if the banks don't pass it on, we have levers. Well, Mr. Swan, you're not using those levers, and the banks are simply sitting on our money, our profit. The banks should be made to pass on these rate cuts. So the question isn't whether the Reserve Bank are going to lower rates. The question is whether the bank is going to force the banks to pass on cuts that have already happened. And you can see that's what's stifling disposable income, fanning employment. They can't spend, they can't create jobs, they can't create GST income for the government. So the Reserve Bank, by sitting on their fingers, have caused a vicious circle. People don't have the money in their pocket, banks have that money. Because the banks have got the money, you can't spend it, you can't create real jobs. So we need a change. We need you to get on to Treasurer Swan and tell him to pull those levers. Let's get some money flowing in the country. So what does this mean? It means that interest rates are going to come down and stay down. They're going to come lower and they're going to be lower for longer. Everyone is focused on let's increase employment. Soon it's going to wake up the Reserve Bank that the banks have to be brought to task to put cash in your pocket. So here's to long-term low rates. So don't listen to the media.